Every year counts. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. A couple things. I bought a forklift. I decided to upgrade from the 4320 and get an actual forklift because of my seed dealership. I've always got people coming in and out of here that want to pick up boxes, and I can't be here all the time, so I figured a forklift might be easier. I could just say, hey, forklift's in the shed, hop on it, grab your boxes, drop your seed off, whatever you need to do. It'll maybe free me up a little bit, and it'll be a lot safer. I can't really trust anyone to run, I mean, I can trust people, but I can't trust just anyone to run the 4320. It's a little bit complicated. So, got a forklift. Pretty excited about it. And I also got a new pickup. The trade-in market was ridiculously high in the earlier part of this year, so I actually ordered this back in July. It just came in yesterday. I like it. It's a 2022. It's got the 6.6 gas engine, 4-wheel drive. It's the AT4 edition. I kind of like the look of the painted bumpers and the black grill and all that. So yeah, they actually paid me more for my trade-in than I paid for it. So that's the only reason why I traded. Yeah, took a while to come in. Pretty excited about that too. We're gonna get this forklift unloaded, and then we're gonna hopefully go pick some corn this afternoon. Well, hopefully this morning actually. It's only 9:30. We should get going pretty quick. So this thing is a 1988 Mitsubishi, 4,000 pound capacity, so it should be plenty big to pick up seed boxes. It's got a manual transmission, so you have to run the clutch. And it's got high-low, forward and reverse. The guy said he just upgraded it a little bit, got a little bit newer one, because he had some younger people that worked for him that weren't quite comfortable running the clutch. So I think it's in really good shape for a 1988. It looks nice. It's got he said it does have a brake line that's leaking right by the master cylinder down here, and he says he has to fill it up about once every 3 months. So for what I'm gonna do, it might be okay. Let's get it unloaded. She's a little cold-blooded. So this thing's actually a gas forklift, like gasoline, not LP. So I think that's why I got a little bit better deal on it. Usually the LP ones are a little more reliable and better in the cold. So it's probably gonna be a little cold-blooded. It's only like 25 degrees right now. I gotta get used to where to set the choke to get it to idle. And we're headed to the field. We got our reel on, got a rear-wheel drive. I think we're gonna need it for sure. The field that we're going to, the corn's down pretty bad. I'd like to stay in some of the corn that's standing and get that before it starts going down, but the one field that's standing the best, I really don't want to rut it up because it's been no-till for 4 or 5 years now. So this other ground, it's been chiseled. If we gotta work it, it's no big deal. So I'd rather rut these up if we can and wait on that. So hopefully we don't get any more windstorms and that corn stays standing, but it is what it is. We're just doing the best we can. We're gonna go where we can. I don't think the conditions are gonna be great, but there's another chance of rain coming next week, so we gotta do it while we can. Well, we got our hoses backwards. We're gonna have to go to the house. The reel is turning the wrong way. We thought that might be an issue because we haven't run this reel on this head before. We just need to swap the hoses around, get them going the right way. Ooh. Wow. So these Reel's got a male and female end, that way you can't get them mixed up, but they are backwards, so we got to swap the ends. Jeez.
Yeah. Wowzers. Those loose. I don't know if this is the right size.
Alright, let's try this again. I had to take Dad to get the truck. It was still over at my uncle's place from when we were helping him. So he's on the way with that. So here goes our corn reel test, take 2. That's better. I need to slow it down though. Just started taking the end rows off here. The corn's down pretty bad on the ends. I'm hoping it gets better once we get towards the middle of the field. That's sometimes, I shouldn't say usually, because then I'll probably want to bite my tongue, but usually sometimes it's worse along the edges of the field because that gets the brunt of the wind, and then it's not as bad once you get out in the middle. But you know, areas like this, you just got to go slow, keep your head speed slow, keep your head down. Try not to shove the snoots into the dirt. You usually can't run header height control because it'll jump up on top of the corn and then you run over it. So looking at the ground here, I'm not seeing too many kernels. So I think we're doing about as good a job as we can. Let's see, I stopped here. There's an ear. It's a nice ear too. We're gonna lose some ears at this point. There's not much we can do about it. We just gotta take our time and not get too rammy. Here's another nice ear. This would be a good field to run some cows on. So while I'm stopped here, I'm gonna check on these motors. We noticed the left side had a pretty decent oil leak on it. We weren't really sure where it was coming from. I'm hoping it can get by through the rest of the year and then we can deal with it either over the winter or next summer or something. Got some oil on it. We did get some oil when we had to swap those hoses, so I can't really tell if that's fresh oil or oil from that, but it doesn't look too serious right now. I'm gonna run it a little bit more, get a few acres knocked out, and then check it again. I've harvested 1.2 acres, and I already had a spot where I probably wouldn't have got through without the rear wheel drive, so I really think we're gonna like having it. I don't know if I said this or not, but it seems like 3 out of 5 years we need rear wheel drive. We finally bit the bullet. I mean, we're gonna have to have it this year, but I think we're gonna like having it in years to come. got out to check that wheel motor again. It doesn't really look like it's leaking any worse than it was before, so I think what we're gonna have to do is run it a little bit and then clean it off and then see where the oil's coming out of, because now there's so much trash on there I can't even see. And as you could probably tell from the drone footage, it's kind of a disaster out there. Thankfully, I think we did the right thing by putting rear-wheel drive on. There's no way I could have got through that with just a two-wheel drive machine. Still cutting ruts, probably not as bad as I would be if it was still two-wheel drive, but I'm gonna be honest, it's really not fun harvesting this down corn in the mud. Usually you only have to deal with one or the other, so we're just gonna fight through it. We gotta get it out. I mean, not much we can do about it now. While we're back here at Dad's, we're gonna get the auger set up. The farm we're picking right now is gonna go in this dryer bin, but it wouldn't all fit anyway, so we took a couple loads to town just to check the moisture. We had the auger set up to transfer dry corn into that bin, so we just got to move it over, put it on this bin.
Other way.
The only way to empty this bin is through the upright unload, so we have to park a wagon and then dump it in the swing away, shoot it up to that bin. So it works. A little bit of a cluster, but it works. Every year counts. Let's get back to work. All right, two things. Number one, I really need to clean my windows because I'm having trouble seeing what I'm doing. And also, putting the rear wheel drive on this actually slowed the machine down because it's diverting some of the oil to the back end. So it's really taking some getting used to on where to set this lever. You get in kind of a muscle memory of where you go for what speed you want. Well, if I go there, I'm only going like 3.5 miles per hour instead of 5. So I gotta shove the stick way farther ahead. So just something to get used to, I guess. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Love you.
You're welcome. Love you too.
Steak and shake, except without the shake. We only got the steak. I don't need a shake. Shake would be good, but I don't need it. Well, it's dark now. Not a fan of how early it gets dark this time of year, but nothing I can do about it. We're done for the night. We got this field knocked out. That was kind of our goal for the day. Conditions are basically terrible. We rutted up this field pretty bad, but it's November, it's cold out, we got a lot of rain, nothing we can do about it. So we're gonna keep picking corn. We're gonna keep going until the rain comes. Hopefully we can get done. Not really sure if it's gonna work out or not, but we're sure gonna try. So that's gonna be it for this video. Rear wheel drive is awesome, it's working great. Probably couldn't have got this field done without it. Reel's working great. I didn't really have a whole lot of trouble with the actual down corn, but the reel definitely helped keep everything flowing. It's a slow process harvesting down corn. You can't just fly through like you normally do. You gotta take your time, make sure you stay underneath it, make sure you don't shove the head into the ground and taking a bunch of dirt and ruin your combine. So just gotta take your time, be patient, do the best you can, and that's it. See you on the next one.